Okay, so yeah, I agree. I agree. And I'll show you a little bit more about this here in a second. So I'm answering another question via video because I find it easier. Here's the dashboard. There is a lot to unpack under the hood here. Most of your stuff is going to be right here that you'll be delving into. But the configuration, the advanced configuration, I really recommend that if anybody installs this mod, they go through every single one of these because you're going to see a lot of options here. And there's just everything has a lot of depth to it. It's, and if you have a VR system like I do, there's different setups than for people who are just using a keyboard and a microphone or whatever else. So the biggest thing, oh, they just changed the settings. So what I would go in mostly, here's the LLM settings. So I'll go ahead and show you what I'm using. Once again, I am using right now free credits that I have with the Vertex thing that was available. I don't know if it still is, but you got 300 credits for I think it was 90 days. I ended up not really using it very much until I started plugging into Skyrim VR. So this is I honestly I still really haven't even used it that much. So going back to this is the my default setting. I put Flash and then I put Pro for some of these. Flash, memory, meta. Now, this is not what is recommended. Here, actually, one second, let me find something. How do I pause? All right, so this is the Openrouter is the recommended place to get, your credits, I guess, or whatever. I didn't really know a lot about Openrouter until I started using Skyrimnet and Chim because they just primarily work better with that. I was bringing my own keys, which I think is an option somewhere on here. It's like BYOK, bring your own keys. That's what I'm primarily using, though I do have some credits with Openrouter. And this is what people are using primarily. So you can see that they're using a much different lineup than I am. And in the Discord, people talk about what their LLMs that they're using. They talk about their prompts. So there's a lot more information there about what people are doing to do those nitty gritty things that affect what you were mentioning with the LLM speak. I mean, I'll be frank. This was free, which is why I'm using it. When I have to pay again, I'll probably do a lot more fine tuning and pick some. I actually have the capability of running local models as well with a different machine that I have, a Macintosh. So I'll explore more into that. But since I have the free credits, I'm gonna use them. So that's where that came from. But this is the dashboard. This is like the main thing when you're in the game. These are the characters I have pinned. When you first set up, you'll see this screen, which has a lot of settings. I have, as I mentioned, I have XTTS running, and I have my own XTTS running on another machine that I have, since I have that capability. I have a laptop that I use for my home server, so I run XTTS on that, and it's what you hear the game generating voices. There's other things you can use. There's Zonos, there's Piper. I do know that some people use Kokoro. I've seen it as an option, but this is what I am personally using. I'm using external Whisper. It's very cheap, and I found that when I run local Whisper, that just uses a little bit too much VRAM on my system, and because I only have 8, and with all the mods and all the other stuff I have going on, it just like it would max out my system. So since this is cheap, I'm just paying for external. Let's see what else. Oh, here, stop asking that. So here is the main prompt. I don't remember what the default for this was, but this is what I have. And so many people have so many different things. I actually brought this over from Chim, and I'm just not really fucking with it a lot. You can really you can put whatever the fuck you want in here. I've seen some people talking in the Discord once again with their prompts, what they're using, like this person's using this. And so you can go more, this is where you go more nitty gritty with what you're doing. And that's for every single thing. I haven't fucked with these. The only one I've fucked with is that main template, but everything else I have not touched. But you can really delve into every single level of detail that you want with this one. Let's see. So characters, that's all the characters in the game. From here, you would enable them to be dynamic updates or have a diary because default they don't. Like this is a static file, it doesn't change, and that way it doesn't use credits. I think I only have the 4 characters pinned right now. Um, Events, things that have happened in game, memories, diaries. The diaries isn't working for me, the overview screen. I just reported this bug, but from the character screen, I can get to the diaries, so I can go here. And so I did manage to download the Fandle diary after it was done downloading, but it does not persist. It does not persist on the screen. I thought that might be like at the bottom, so you have to like download it while you have it after it's generated, and that took a while because it does it like at a speed of I guess normal speech, which I guess is to be expected, but it's not fast. And right now, this only exists within the game. I can edit this, I can change this, but I'm just letting Gemini, which is what I'm using here, I'm just letting Gemini pick my reaction. Like I'm letting it go with this. Right now, everybody on my team hates Fendel, so I'm honestly, we're probably gonna kill him. I think that'll be the next roleplay action. He's just gonna go die. He had a very sad entry. I think I showed it in the other video, but I'll show it more so you can pause it if you really care to see what's going on. It's such a sad. So pause this and read it. It's very sad, very dramatic. He's being so emo. Yeah, I'm Cinderella, by the way. So this was just added in beta 7. As I mentioned, some people have done actions. So these are things that like attack, like you can tell your characters to attack, and this kind of, it depends on the AI you're using. If you're using a really crappy AI, it won't be able to parse these actions. But otherwise, right, it's been working pretty well with Gemini. I tried to use Gemini Flash for everything, but that didn't work. That was causing issues. I think the model just wasn't good enough, and putting Pro and some of those configurations, as I showed you earlier, has alleviated that problem for me. And once again, once I'm out of the credits in like 16 days, I'll have to explore which one I'm going to commit to paying for more, just like everybody else is doing. And some people are doing locally, so I'm going to explore local as well. That's just whatever you want to do, basically. There's a lot of stuff that I personally haven't even touched, just because I've been having a blast just with the basic level of configuration. I've seen some guys mention that they're running it with like a Quentin Tarantino overlay, like people, like the director is like narrating it. I've seen other guys mention that they have like a different timeline going on. Some people, because of the sex mods and the breeding mods and stuff, have like families and stuff. Like it's really crazy. Like in my game, the craziest roleplay we got right now is just that everybody hates Vandal. I'm playing the just going through the main quest, etc, and it's just added a lot to it, and I've really enjoyed going through and exploring this. I've only been using it like literally like a week. I was using Chim before this, and yeah, there's a lot of clicking and customization options. That's basically where I'll leave it at.